All right, we're live. Every Thursday, me and Cam sit and talk shop. I'm going to get the camera here.
From the Indie Week headquarters in beautiful downtown Toronto.
Yes, we call this the Weekly Music Report.
Yes.
And I'm Darryl.
I'm Cam.
And we're part of Indie Week. And basically Indie Week is a festival that takes place in Toronto and Manchester. And we do a lot of other indie events throughout the year. And every Thursday we chat about what's going on locally and in the news and give some tips to up-and-coming bands.
Yeah, shout out some videos and books and just let everyone know what's going on. And I can do my football report really early. Yay, Arsenal's back. They beat AC Milan 2-0 this afternoon. And let's go Reds. TFC last night. First leg of CONCACAF. Beat La Tigres.
Are you not wearing colors today?
No, I'll talk about this in a minute, why I'm wearing this color. I didn't wear my Arsenal colors today. And we'll be all talking around the world about the World Cup this summer. So
nice.
I know Darryl doesn't care about football.
I'm a hockey
lot
guy.
of you do.
I'm a hockey guy. My nephew's playing in the Regina Pats. I say it quite a bit, and I'm proud of them, and I try to follow what they're doing.
What number is Robbie Holmes?
32.
There you go.
Yep.
So last week I went out Saturday night to see my friends Single by Sunday. Thank you, Kendall, for the hoodie.
Got it. That makes sense.
Yeah,
I should have known.
Yeah, exactly. So it was great to see the boys from Scotland, and great to see Kendall and Angela and the whole family. And very nice thanks to the Hideout for adding them on late after the bout on Friday and Saturday night. So they'd been at a conference in the States and had a few Canadian dates, and the Hideout stepped up and gave them a couple shows in Toronto late night, which was fantastic. So great to see them, and hopefully they got home safe and sound.
Yeah, and Single by Sunday is, I would say, they were one of the standout bands last year at our festival. And hey, they're watching. Shout out to you guys. Thanks for tuning in always. But yeah, Single by Sunday, it's like, man, this is a young band. They caught our ear quite early last year in the application process. And their social media is fantastic. Like, they've got fans. I remember when we announced it, right off the bat, there was fans like from Germany, from New York, across the States, all talking about Single by Sunday. So bands, you should go check them out on their socials, follow them, and see what they're doing, because maybe you could take a hint or two, tip off of what Single by Sunday is doing, because they're doing a great job. Yeah,
every time I mention them on Twitter, like I was last weekend, about shows moving around and what time they were going on and things, like 60 retweets and follows and loves, and they've got and rightfully so, they've got a very strong fan base that keeps growing, and they're doing it all right. They're doing some nice merch again. No, it was great to see everyone, and then I walked. It was a 4 a.m. last call, so if I'm all the way downtown, I might as well go to the Bovine. So I went down there, hung out with Darryl and some friends. Just missed Conversation, unfortunately.
Oh, really?
Yeah, who were one of our headliners last year at Indie Week. So unfortunately, I missed them. But I saw actually at the Hideout, I saw a bit of the Bout as well, and saw the Reed Effect and Pterodactyl. Oh, what were they called? I forget. Pterodactyl something. They were really funny and a lot of fun. So, and the Bout goes on until May the 5th, I believe, and they once a week.
Yeah, basically the Bout is going on at the Hideout. The guys put together this competition that is, again, supporting indie artists and also trying to get it, like trying to build up the community and trying to like come check out these bands. So it was great. I saw that Cam was on our Instagram live feed, one of our stories, and Dylan also was Dylan Weller, who's our digital everything god photographer, was also down there doing some live stories on Instagram for us, which is great. But yeah, so the Bout is going on, and also just note, like, basically bands win prizes, and the top band will win a spot at Indie Week.
Yeah, and you can go to the Hideout website, and they have pictures of all the bands. You can click through and vote for the band that you like. It's kind of like March Madness in the NCAA, bringing it down to one band after 64 competitions, and a little basketball thing. I know. Sorry.
No, it's all good. It's all
March Madness month as well, guys. It's crazy.
Yeah. And then The other thing that we also got to say right at the top is thank you to some of our sponsors. I am having a tea today, but thank you to Jack Daniels and Hop City, Slate Music. Couldn't do this stuff without them. No. So if you are out, support those fine brands as well. Speaking of which, we'll talk about Hop City in a bit.
Yeah, in the upcoming show segment of our show.
Yeah, and also the other thing to note is if you are an indie band, emerging artist, looking to showcase at our festival, go to canada.indieweek.com/apply for the Canada Festival, and for the UK Festival, it is uk.indieweek.com/apply.
And be a band from the UK or from Europe. Don't waste your time applying if you're from North America or anywhere else. So it's UK and Europe only for Manchester this October.
That's right.
Yeah.
And one thing to note about that is you may have been on our websites or not in the last couple of days. We have had a couple glitches with our server. Actually thinking of maybe changing our servers because of it. But yeah, so they're up and running, and we just had some glitches. So if you were there and it wasn't working, just go back because it's up.
Yeah, but all of our socials, which you should follow us on, are working. Twitter, Instagram. We have a YouTube as well. So
yes.
Facebook, obviously, we're on it right now. So.
Yes, follow us on Instagram. Instagram is where we're going to be doing some really cool stuff this year. So don't miss out on Instagram.
Yeah.
We've got some plans there, free stuff and other things coming.
Okay.
Later in the year, though.
Okay, we're trying to get this formatted a little bit more every week as well, so I think I'll do these two things back to back. I'll talk about the book of the week,
yep,
which this week is Who I Am, Pete Townsend.
Pete Townsend.
And a great shot of him in the background as well. For all you kids, Pete Townsend from The Who.
What a rock god, eh?
What a rock god. So many different incarnations, from, the high numbers turned into The Who, which became the mod band. The kings of the mod scene for writing Quadrophenia and Tommy, just taking rock to a different level. And any passing rock fan just knows him from his windmill and smashing guitars, but a very intelligent, painfully well-read man, very outspoken, and quite a good read. So
yeah, and the younger generation learned about them through CSI.
Yeah, I guess so.
Right?
Yeah, I never even thought about that, but yeah. Who Are You? The theme song.
Yeah, I remember
which probably made more money than the book, believe me. Oh, just the sync rates on that alone.
Absolutely. Yeah. And I was actually in a band at that time, actually before CSI came out, and we were covering The Who. It was our ending of the night. Here's a tip, actually. If you're in a band, up and coming, always end with a cover that everybody knows. You leave the stage with the most cheers throughout your entire set. That's how you get an encore almost every time. So we would end with The Who, and it was the crazy scream. Right. I would do the keyboard part on guitar, and everybody was like, wow, that's crazy, and we'd leave, and that's how we almost got an encore, always. And then CSI came out, and everybody thought, oh, you're doing the CSI song.
Wow.
It kind of ruined the whole experience because it was classic to you're doing the CSI cover.
That's interesting, and actually that takes me back to Saturday night somewhat, in that when Single by Sunday was playing, there was a bunch of people on the dance floor. They had done 500 Miles by the Proclaimers, and God love them for doing that, but they started to riff into Smells Like Teen Spirit, and the place went nuts, but they just teased with it. And they weren't ready. They wanted the audience to sing, so I told them that night, I said, guys, you were killing it with that, so learn the whole thing, and that totally takes us to the point you just made.
We always got an encore.
Yeah.
By playing a song. And I've worked with bands, and we've worked on this concept, and bands would always try to pick the song, they would go, the band is classic, but we're going to play the song that is the B-side or unknown.
Right.
And then it's no, everybody just thinks you're doing a song of your own, and it's okay, right? You got to play a huge, massive hit that everybody knows, and that means if there's 80 people in the room, 80 people are clapping. If there's 200 people in the room, 200 people are clapping. If you play a song that's not a huge hit, even though it's by a classic band, half the people are clapping.
Yeah. So 2 purists are clapping.
Exactly. So it worked every single time, is play a massive, massive hit and destroy it and leave the stage right off the bat.
Good call.
Yeah.
From the stage.
It worked all the time. But yeah, The Who, they're awesome.
Yeah. Great band.
Yeah.
Then we'll talk about our video of the week this week is a band called Pale Waves, and the video is called Television Romance. Came out late last fall, but I think you have a little story about Pale Waves.
Yeah, well Pale Waves got to my attention again earlier this year, talking to Mark Armour, who takes care of our UK festival in Manchester, and had mentioned how Pale Waves is really killing it, and they had played our first Indie Week in Manchester a few years ago, and they just were on, I think it was the NME Awards recently, like they performed, same one that Liam Gallagher was on, and all that kind of stuff. They won an award, I believe, so it's like they're up and coming. Now again, I could be wrong, it might not have been NME. NME's in my head, and that'll come up why. But that's amazing. Like, so in like basically 2.5 years, this band has gone from being like a starting out band, and now they're doing great things. They're going to be playing festivals in the summer.
Well, actually, it just reminded me when I was looking them up for some other information, they are going to be playing the Velvet Underground in the next couple of months in Toronto.
Oh,
so
are they?
Go to the Velvet website, or we'll post when the actual show is on our website, on our Facebook chat here.
I'm going to try to find it out right now.
Okay, because I remember thinking, oh my God, they are actually coming. So there you go.
Yeah. Let's see here. April 9th. I'm almost there. Just one moment. Kill time, Cam.
We'll kill time. We'll go into the news. I feel like Gary Owens on Laughing, but no one will get that.
All right, hold it. It is April 9th. Pale Waves is going